Dear students, today we will see the subject Business Economics for class BCCA 3rd sem. In the last lecture, in the last session, we have seen whether we have started unit number 2, and in that we have seen the meaning of demand, concept of demand, okay, and then the factors determinant for demand. So I will just recollect what we have seen in the last lecture. We have seen the meaning of demand. So demand, what are the factors which are mainly responsible for demand? Those were, what were those? If you have seen that video or if you have gone through the notes, it was a desire or a wish or a will to buy a specific commodity which is backed up by, means which has the support. Desire is only not necessary. For that desire, you must have the capacity or ability to pay or to buy that commodity. And next is willingness to buy. Willingness means considering the priority, considering the importance of purchasing that commodity, it is discussed or it is responsible that whether that demand is really necessary or we can postpone the demand. And another thing which we have seen, that is purchasing power. Purchasing power means what? The availability of the money, the finance or the factor, monetary factor which is responsible for completing or continuing that demand. So these are the things we have seen. Desire, that is will or wish or a want, then capacity to pay, then purchasing power, and then willingness to pay, and the last was price of that commodity and duration of the demand. Duration means can we further what we say that postpone the demand or it is the necessary to buy that commodity. इसीलिए the capacity or the ability to pay is related to that factor, and we have considered that duration very last, okay, if you remember. So these are the things we have discussed in the last lecture, and today we are going to see the definitions given by two authors for topic demand. So first definition of demand given by Benham, okay, the economist Benham. Now what he says about demand? The demand for anything at a given price is the amount of it which will be bought per unit of a time at that price. See, this when we go through with the definition, we feel that the meaning of demand is very difficult. But the demand for anything, it means the demand for the product, demand for the commodity which an individual or consumer want to purchase at a given price. It means the price of that commodity is the amount of it, means the price, okay, the rate of that commodity which will be bought per unit of a time at that price. Means again, what were the factors determinant we have seen, which are all covered in this definition. But the second definition way, which is very easy to understand. The second definition given by Samuelson. What he says? Law of demand means the meaning of law. We are coming to the topic law of demand. Okay. So the law of demand states that people will buy more at lower price and buy less at higher price, or other things remaining the same. Now here one thing is very sure. When the prices of the goods are high, it means when the commodity, the price of the commodity is high, then the demand is low. What is that? The demand is low. Okay. So here it is said that people will buy more at a lower price. Means the price jab kam hai, price, what we have seen here, when the prices are high, demand is low. But when people will buy more at a lower price, means jab prices low rahegi, so people will buy less at high prices, or other things remaining the same. Here these other things refers to what? The income of the consumer, the willingness to buy, okay, and then the last was duration of the product. Here in this statement given by Samuelson, what he says here, this is very simple. One thing you need to remember, when the prices are high, demand will be low, means people will not go to buy that products. But when the prices are low, people will go to buy that product, the demand will be higher. It simply says that law of demand states that people will buy more at lower prices and buy less at higher prices. Means when the prices will be higher, okay, less at higher prices, or other things remaining the same. Clear? Now we will come to the law of demand given by Alfred Marshall. He has given this law, he has introduced this law in his book. Which is that book? Principles of Economics, in the year 1890. The book was published in the year 1890. And here, because the law of demand which is given by Alfred Marshall is famous and which is mainly considered in your syllabus and studies. So, what this law says? It explains the functional relationship between the quantity and price demanded. Means the quantity and the price demanded. Now, here, this functional relationship, this is just the calculation, means the functional relationship which is represented in this form. That is dx is equal to f into px. So, here D is demand for the commodity, X is the commodity, F means the functional relationship F, then Px is the price of the commodity. Mainly the thing which you have to remember in this law of demand, that is, you take your own example. For example, if you want to buy if you want to buy a mobile set, again we will come to that example only. The handset which you want to buy for a specific company because you like the features of that company. But when it is introduced in the market, the rates of that mobile, that handsets are higher. So what you will say or what you will think, you will wait for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, so that when the prices are lower, okay, at that time you will go to buy that product. It means what? When the prices are lower, people will go to buy that product. So simply law of demand means kya hai? When the prices are higher, demand is less, and opposite. So again here it is said, it is a functional relationship. Demand for a commodity, X, here the X is commodity, D is demand, then F is functional relationship F, and Px is the price of the commodity. So this is what is law of demand. Now in the last in the unit 2, when we have started in the last lecture, we have seen that the factors responsible for the demand. It means when we discuss about the topic demand. So what is demand? The same thing. Why the definition is taken after the concept and meaning? The only thing is that to make that demand concept clear. So the demand here, first definition says the demand for anything at a given price is the amount of it. Again I have explained, the demand for anything means the demand for that commodity, the demand for that product at a given price means the existing price, okay, is the amount of it, means is the amount of that commodity which will be bought per unit of a time at that price. Again, that same thing you have to implement. What is that? When the prices are high, demand will be low, and when the demand will be high, at that time only when the prices are lower. Okay, you have to make that concept clear in your mind, that when the prices are higher, you will not buy that product. Rather, an individual or a consumer, he will postpone his demand. But when the prices are lower in the market, he or she or any individual will go into the market to buy that product. So again and again, the 5 factors which we have seen, that is desire, then what we have seen, the price, then duration, okay, then the purchasing power, ability or capacity to pay, and willingness to pay. So you have to always remember these factors when you think about demand. So what is demand? A desire or a want to buy a product. but that demand is supported by, or that demand has a backup of desire, price, duration, purchasing power, ability or capacity to pay, and willingness to pay. So whatever these factors are here, whatever the topics I have written here, these are mainly related to all this. Means this covers all these points: desire, price, duration, purchasing power, ability, and willingness to pay. So this is what is about the law of demand. Here we have to see the law of demand, which was introduced by Alfred Marshall in his book. Rather, that book was published in 1890. The name of the book is Principles of Economics, where he has explained the functional relationship between quantity and price demanded. So quantity, price, and the functional relationship is represented with this calculation, that is D is equal to demand for commodity, X is commodity, F is function, and Px is the price of the commodity. So in the next lecture we are going to see, first we will see the statement of demand. Here the law of demand only we have seen, but what exactly the statement of the law, that we will see in the next session, and at the same time we will see the how to draw the curve of demand and along with the schedule of that demand. So for today's lecture we will see only this definition and law of demand. So this is enough for today. Thank you.